G'day guys and gal. As a YouTuber, it's very important to not let personal insults get to you or for haters to have any effect. This can be tough because even if 99% of people love you, that 1% or 0.1% can still make up hundreds or even thousands of people. If you listen to that 1%, those hundreds or thousands of people, then it can really break you down mentally. This has caused a lot of amazing Warhammer YouTubers or just YouTubers in general to quit. So it is important to ignore the negativity. However, as I've learned, sometimes you need to grab negativity by the balls, mostly the ones based on lies, as they can spread like wildfire and you can soon have thousands of people who genuinely believe bullshit about you and your channel, which is obviously not ideal. So today we can check out some of those bad takes and lies, make fun of them, shit on the people making them, and then clear them up. So whenever you hear some drongo try to repeat them, we have a neat, tidy video to link them to prevent their corruption from spreading. Some of these takes are entertainingly bad, so this video should be quite fun. I do ask though, anyone I feature here for their bad takes and lies, do not go out and harass them. The vast majority of them are just misguided or already hate themselves enough as it is. Some of these takes are older and need to be torn out from their roots. Some are new and need to get shot before they can infect too many. Regardless, let's have some fun with them. Let's get into it. We have probably all heard of Arch, formerly Arch Warhammer, a controversial lore YouTuber who had an opinion on just about everything. Back in the day, Arch was also my favorite punching bag. He was a larger channel that was already controversial, so I didn't feel too bad randomly insulting the shit out of him. Was it childish? Probably. Would I do something like that again now? Doubtful. Was it effective? Well, the results speak for themselves. However, the old one-sided manufactured beef has generated an extremely bad take that would actually make me laugh if it wasn't so retarded. Many Arch fans are angry at me, not because of shit I said, but because they believe that I owe my success on YouTube to Arch. That without Arch, I would be wallowing away with a small dead channel. They believe this as a few years ago, me and Arch had a 1-hour discussion that was posted to his channel as a part of Arch's Community Spotlight series. They say that because of this spotlight, I blew up and became what I am today. Alright, first up, the spotlight got barely any views. It wasn't a good conversation as me and Arch had no chemistry and I was still very drunk and had just gotten home from a night out. Secondly, the spotlight was posted at the start of August 2018. I think it's been deleted, but I have my DMs with Arch to confirm this roughly. As you can see, zero growth whatsoever in that time period. If anything, it actually killed my channel for a month. It was only in April 2022, where I quit my job and started putting in around 100 hours a week into the channel, that I blew up. So yeah, almost 4 years later. Long story short, I owe Arch absolutely nothing. A few other people have said that he did a nice thing for me, so why would I talk shit about him after? Well, I was talking shit about Arch for months before the spotlight. In my video before the spotlight, I literally ended it by saying, "Fuck Arch Warhammer," to see if he actually watched my content at all, and thereby would have cancelled the spotlight, but he didn't watch my content, so he didn't cancel it. I'm not saying any of this to try and reignite anything with Arch. It actually isn't his bad take. Me and his chapter's done and dusted, but I still see people post this take to this very day, so it's important to make it clear that whilst I was probably being an unnecessary dickhead, I owe the big man nothing, and I was still well within the acceptable rules of engagement. That being no doxing, no reaching out to any of their friends or family, no slander or lies, and no attempts to disrupt their income. Not a single war crime was committed. Professionals have standards. This next bad take is an older one, but I never properly addressed it. More so I just kind of abused the shit out of the offender in a fit of rage and then moved on. However, considering how awful and damaging this take is, I think it's time to take it apart with a level head. I'm not going to say who posted this as I refuse to give them any form of exposure, and I also don't want the more eager of you to start causing issues with them, but a few of you probably remember me mentioning this. Basically, this small dead channel, who I had never spoken to in my life, came out of nowhere with the most inaccurate, malicious, and bullshit take that they still have decided to keep up even when it was proved to be completely wrong. For context, a beloved animator called Mark, the guy who did the Death of Hope animation, seemingly felt like the negative criticism towards his animation was too much, and he basically was like, "Fuck this," and decided to end the project and even unlisted his animated videos that he spent thousands of hours working on. This ties back to what I said in the intro, where it only takes 1% of your audience to hate you, and it feels like a lot of them do. I made a video about it, basically imploring Mark to not let the 1% get to him. I was very positive towards him and his work. There was a bit of tough love thrown in there, but anyone who watched my video knew it was me genuinely imploring Mark to continue the project, or at the very least, relist the videos. Unfortunately, Mark was told a negative TLDR of my video and he filmed a very angry response to it despite never actually watching it. I believe that is what somehow triggered this semen brain small dead channel to come out with the worst take on the planet. Apparently I doxed Mark, sent people to abuse him and spread lies about him in an effort to cancel him so that I could turn 40k into the Marvel universe and fill the hole left by Mark with my own animated series? I wish I could say you couldn't make this shit up, but this person somehow did. They didn't post any evidence or try to back up any of their extremely defamatory claims in the slightest. They also claim I took down my video and re-uploaded a less hateful version, which never happened. They also try to claim that my video was damage control over the same video I posted. You can't make a video damage controlling itself, you fucking retard. That's a paradox. They also said I doxed Mark by spreading his name online, but his fucking channel name was his full name. Mark then actually ended up watching my video response, talked to his partner, and he said it was a kick he needed. He commented on the video and then he actually relisted his videos. I've spoken to Mark once or twice since then and we are on good terms. Overall, it's clear that the person with this take is extremely mentally unwell, but credit where credit is due. It takes a seriously powerful asshole to be able to pull so much shit out of it without literally fucking dying. Once again though guys, Mark has moved on from this stuff ages ago, and if he gets a single DM about this or asking for more info, I'll be very disappointed. Another bad take I see a fair bit of, mostly coming from dudes who I assume have never seen a vagina up close before, is that Majorkill hates women. Bro, I literally put my penis in women. How can I hate them? In seriousness, these female deprived dudes say that the way I talked about my girlfriend in a video where I featured her in, when I called her and this hot piece of smashable meat sitting right next to me is Alex, was degrading and sexist. This is how I know these dudes don't fuck. If you have a girlfriend or partner, you can make all kinds of gags and jokes with them. Inappropriate gags, disrespectful gags, the lot. If you have a functional relationship, they will then laugh and return equally fiery gags. Also, who doesn't want to be called a hot piece of meat? Compliments don't get much better than that. People also claim that the fact that I don't want female space marines is evidence of my prejudice, even though my main point is that females who would turn into space marines would lose everything feminine about them from the obscene hormonal transformation. They would then become more or less dudes, or at least not female. After all, space marines aren't a very good representation of males. I mean, if you actually know the lore, you would know that becoming a space marine is an extremely terrible fate. This would then take away the attention from genuine female characters and factions who maintain their female identity and actually draw strength from it. Meaning there is literally a case where you could argue that introducing female space marines is in fact sexist towards women, since the strongest women in the setting would no longer be women. Then there's other bad takes like the gag I make at the start of all my videos and the occasional sexist joke. But by now, I joke about literally everything and everyone. So girls, don't feel too special. The thing is, I've yet to see or get a complaint about any of this from an actual woman. They are smart enough to understand gags and satire. I treat women with the exact same amount of respect that I treat men, so absolutely none. In seriousness, I've had dozens of good conversations over the years with you guys and gals. I'll make time for anyone regardless of their gender, race, or sexual orientation because I don't give a shit. It would actually be discriminatory for me not to joke about a certain group, as that would be my way of saying that I don't think they could take it. I admit not all of my jokes land, and some try too hard to be edgy, but the only people getting offended by my women jokes aren't women. Branching off from that, we have the hot take that Majorkill is a racist, something that once again I have only ever seen coming from white dudes, and one Indian who was mad that I put up a photo of a Hindu god when I was discussing the god of the Tao. Which, look, that's not really my fault. The description of the Tao god matches up perfectly to a Hindu god. Blame GW. Now, instead of picking this stupid take apart and making it abundantly clear that I am a man of zero malice, I'll just tell a story. I was out at a bar a few months ago and a big 6'4", super jacked black guy comes up to me, looking like Vulcan reborn. He puts his arm around me and he's like, "What's up, my N-word?" I was a bit taken aback. Sure, like I had a nice tan at the time, but I'm also one of the whitest guys ever, like look at my hair. Fortunately, I was sober enough to know not to say it back, and then he goes to me, "Majorkill." I was like, no fucking way. There is no way that this is a Warhammer 40k lore nerd. We played a game of pool, I bought him a drink, we talked a bit of shit. Overall, had just a great time hanging out. And then he got into a fight and got kicked out of the bar, but that's besides the point. Then the following week, another dark-skinned brethren approached me, said he loved the content, and he gave me like 5 N-word passes to say thank you for the entertainment. The point is, don't get offended on other people's behalves. The only time I ever take people getting offended by my jokes serious is when it is someone from the group I joked about. And guess what? That has pretty much never happened. On the other hand, the amount of very white, very non-marginalized people who have filed a complaint is honestly hilarious. Same goes for the people that call me albiest for my autism jokes. You know what autistic people like? Getting treated like equal, normal human beings. You know what they hate? Getting treated like special, delicate people who need to be protected. They aren't fucking paralytic, they just take an extra minute for a few social things. I'm definitely somewhat autistic if that wasn't obvious. I mean, I talk about the storylines behind small plastic toys for a living. I have talked to hundreds of autistic subscribers, and 99 out of 100 of them say thank you for the content, the entertainment, and the funny autism gags. Dudes who get offended on behalf of other genders, other races, or any other people need to go outside and touch some fucking grass. I cannot imagine how hard it must be for them just to be in a constant state of being perpetually offended while suffering extreme sexual frustration. The best way to sum all this up is like this. If you want proof that Majorkill viewers are the most down-to-earth, chill, and functional people, look me up online and you'll see mostly negative stuff. However, I have a 99% like to dislike ratio and get the most views per month of any Warhammer channel in existence. Other than Westhammer, but his shorts are OP as hell. That means my viewers don't spend all their time posting on Reddit or Twitter or Facebook grapes, aka they're not fucked in the head, and they have lives outside of cringy online echo chambers. Those echo chamber losers are doing their best to make it look like the entire planet hates me, and all I can say is, harder daddy, I can't feel it yet. Now that pretty much tidies up most of the bullshit that's been going around, but I doubt anyone who posts in the 40k lore subreddit or any of those echo chamber Facebook groups or forums or whatever is going to put this up and discuss it, because at the end of the day, the same people who literally spend their spare time talking shit and spreading lies online aren't people who can genuinely be reasoned with or who change their mind and opinion when presented with the truth. And that's okay. A part of doing what I do is that there will always be people who fucking hate me and send me death threats and make up lies. But they are so vastly outnumbered by you guys and gals. Those of you who send me DMs telling me I've helped you through rough times with my content, or those of you who have gotten into Warhammer from my videos and are loving it, you are the people that matter to me, and you are the only people that I listen to. And sometimes Alex. I'm planning a really nice positive video soon to counterbalance this copious amount of shit talking, so yeah, should be good. Let's get into it.